Humanities and Survive and Thrive and My Bright Idea LLC. So we're just here talking to you guys tonight about women in alignment. But as we had shared this morning, and we were talking about impact and how you can bring impact, we thank, of course, our sister Fran for signing up to be an ambassador of Survive and Thrive. So we definitely appreciate her for being a part of Survive and Thrive. We thank all of you guys who are interested. If you want to be an ambassador, we would love to have you as an ambassador. We really, really would. Leslie Wright, she has signed up to be an ambassador. So we definitely appreciate her, Leslie, for coming on out and then representing. Hello, representing those who have put forth the work and who's gone through this journey, but totally understanding her compassion for wanting to be an ambassador for those who have been diagnosed with cancer. Potentially, of course, as Breast Cancer Awareness Month has just ended, but breast cancer awareness is 24/7, just the same as all cancer survivors. That awareness is just 24/7. It's something that you want to be mindful of and be knowledgeable of, and just know just the journey that those who have gone down that journey have gone through. So now part of also that we come here today with you guys on this Women in Alignment, but it's being in alignment with yourself and your business and what it is that your next step of ideas are going to be. There's just an unlimited supply of it. I was just in a board meeting and it was just wonderful to be able to kind of hear the issue and then be able to assess with a plan and with an idea and to come up with one. And I got like idea of the night. Well, that just came up and just made it up. But hey, I got it. So that was fine. Now I feel and know that I have lots of good ideas. And some of them sound more workable in the sense of this is automatic because it should be. We all should have an automatic system. And that's why you get some people who always talk about automation and having automation. And automation is good and it should be your friend. But if you don't know exactly how to do it, then yeah, it could be sort of like your worst thing because you don't know exactly what you're automating. You don't know what it is that needs to be done. If you don't know the flow of the funnel or the flow of things, you kind of like, don't know what's next and how to put something. So we want to make sure that we are definitely understanding what it is that we need with the flow of how to get our people and onboard them and get them to be a part of our systems, our programs. I definitely appreciate Catherine, someone who signed up for one of my Bright Idea sessions. Hi, Latina. How you doing, cousin? So signing up for one of those things. Oh, Latina, we need a board meeting. So I need to give you all the emails because we need to send one out to everybody so that they can come. We got to get this board meeting done. So anyway, but one of the things that we want to look at is how do you take your business and your idea from where you are right now to impact? Okay. Dang, that looked weird. Impact. Yes, impact. How do you bring impact to your everyday platforms of what it is that you're doing? How do you make things happen? And like we talked about this morning, is bringing impact even at a micro level. So you got micros and macros. You don't have to have impact on a macro level. It could be on a micro level. It could be just between you and the thought of doing it. So keep that in mind. And I know you see people who are on social media and they're like, big or go home, stay home. You should be at home. But, all of that, and you don't have to get yourself caught up in that. You want to be able to bring impact of where you are and what you can manage and what you can handle. You don't need to do more than what you need to be able to do. That is how you get overwhelmed. Okay. You get overwhelmed with that. You start being like, oh, I got to keep up with this. I got to do this. What's today? The third. Okay. I got to keep up with this and that. And you don't. You just have to make sure what you're doing is manageable and that you can see the impact of what you've done. If you can see some changes, like, okay, I can see some changes because I actually got some stuff done and filed for some stuff and filed with the Secretary of State, some other stuff that I had wanted to do and I had been talking about. And it's at this point, it's like, okay, you can't keep, well, even though just between then and now, they done increased the price by $25. Just that quick. I just was on there just over the week and then they done raised the price up already. And I'm like, how is that? That's a whole $25. So anyway, that's what happened. But the whole point of the matter is, I would, for myself, have done some things and got some things done that have been holding and holding for, I mean, 5 years, 2 years, a year, because you haven't done it. So it's like, what can you do now? What are you doing to bring impact? Keep in mind, impact is also a micro level. Children learning how to walk, children learning how to, put their shoe on. That's micro, but it could be on a macro level for them. And then you can see it, especially when you're looking at child development and you're looking at the brain synapses and how things are moving and how things are developing, and you could see the progression. That's just a wonderful thing. You're doing the same thing. You have progression. There's always some progression that's going on. And you just have to acknowledge that and have an opportunity where you can see where your accomplishments are. Just like when you're doing a strategic plan, the strategic plan specialist, coordinator, strategist, their goal and their objective is for you to see the pluses and the things that you're doing in your brand, your business, your organization. You talk about those. You are aware of the deltas, as they would say, but you are also you tracking the positives. You're tracking the things that you did get done. You're not going to sit there and count all those. Now, you also, it's so easy to do because we are easily identifying what we don't have. We're always in a deficit. Mentally, we're always in a deficit. We're always thinking about what we still need. It's greed. Let's just be truthful about the matter. It's greed. It comes from greed. It comes from greed and gluttony. It comes from that point of preface and that purview that we need to understand that that's just where it is. So we need to be able to take what we know we've done, regardless to how macro or micro it is, and acknowledge it. And then, move forward. That's where impact is going to come from. And just the same as when we talked about survive and thrive, and it's the impact. How are you bringing impact? And I would say the speakers that we had this year brought impact. It was impactful because, again, we had people who were there before, the year before, and we had people who was here this year, and the people who were there last year came this year, and then they can see the difference, and they saw that there was a transition, there was a difference, there was a different feel for the conference. I can say even between where me and Latina, we were probably, a little less, like crazed because we already knew. Because from the year before we developed a itinerary flow, we had a game plan on how we communicated. We had a flow where the speakers knew when and what was going to happen at a certain time. So the flow was already there. We knew who was what. Even when if someone wasn't showing up, we knew how to move and strategize and move the next person through and get on or feel those spaces. So having those game plans and those systems in place and things that are very strategic to your business and for what you do. It is definitely a suggestion. Get someone else to come in and help you. Have someone else be there to kind of do it because I know me. I have so much creative thought and so many things. It's like, okay, I have the understanding, I know what to do, but I can't manpowerly do it all at the same time. I won't do, but it ain't happening. I'm just saying. So the thing is that impact, it starts with you. Impact starts with what it is that you want to do. Impact starts with micro steps and not macro. Don't worry about trying to be the biggest and the baddest. That's just not where we in here to do. We ain't no children. We don't have time to be trying to compete against whatever. Compete against who? Yourself. That's who you need to be worrying about, you and God. But anyway, we're not here to fuss at y'all right now. But the thing is that we looking at impact, and we're looking at impact from the perspective of what it is that we can do, the manageable steps that we can take in order to make things great for us. And that's what you want to do. So I'm gonna leave now because I've been in this board meeting most of the day, and that's why I'm late right now because then my computer went crazy. And however, but if you are here, for those of you guys who are you coming, thank you, Latina, for being here, and anyone else who's going to come in and catch this replay. We are so grateful to have you guys. We are thankful for Leslie for being one of our first ambassadors who signed up. Not necessarily first to to initiate, but first to sign up. We appreciate Leslie. We are definitely looking forward to moving and getting people who will want to be ambassadors. If you would like to be an ambassador as well, you can go to the website, but you can also go to bit.ly/impact, hold on recovery. All right, sorry about that. I got to spell that out. But impact on recovery is where you can go to find out more information on being an ambassador for Survive and Thrive. We're looking for ambassadors all over the state, all over the world, rather. And if that's you, then we would love to have you. We're looking for people who can bring impact. If you'd like to bring impact, come on down. You're the next on, the price is right. But you can tell I watched some old TV before. Dum, 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 dum. So that is where you can go if you like to learn more about survive and thrive. Of course, I got to make sure I got this spelled right because there's a lot of letters up in there. If you want to learn more about Survive and Thrive, go and check us out on the website. And you can actually access the Survive and Thrive ambassador page there. You can also access the sponsor guide or the donor form thingy. We're looking for donors. We are definitely tax exempt, so we are definitely looking for those of you guys who would like to donate towards the end of the year. If you would like to support cancer survivors and their recovery, this is where you go to do that. To be a part of something great and to be a part of something that is going to bring and is bringing impact to the lives of those who are diagnosed with cancer and how they are going through recovery, them and their families and their loved ones. And we know, and let's not even skirt around this one, we know that children who are just children who are born with cancer, who have cancer and who's battling cancer, those who have not made it because their bodies just could not handle this. We're here to do something about that. We want to make life as impactful as we possibly can. We want to make their recovery period as positive as we can. We want to make their time in if any capacity of what they're doing great, and we want you to be a part of that. So you can go to our website and you can be a donor. You can be a donor on a monthly level, or if you can only give $1 a day, $30 for the month. If a one-time gift is great, you can do that. We are definitely appreciative of every and anything that you can do. So it is the end of year giving, and we would love to be your nonprofit of choice that you are supporting, and you can definitely access it. You can access me because I'm here all the time. I'm live 365. So thank all of you guys for being here. I'm gonna get going, get these kids. We got to get some reading logs going and some reading. So thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning for Sponsor the Big Cup Thursday.